Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda.
Hello.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Come on, Jack.
So today is Monday. It is 23rd of December.
Oh, you hurt. Oh,
It's Pausha Masa or Narayana
you
Masa.
slipped.
And Krishna Paksham. So today is Ashtami Tithi, but no Vaishnavins today. So we are coming nearer to Ekadasi, which is on Thursday. Okay, so we shall quickly now move into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead speaking to Brahma and the Chatushlaki Bhagavata. So he has been speaking this fourth shloka. एतवद्देव जिज्ञासं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकाभ्यं यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा. So everyone's endeavor and research for the absolute truth, it has to come and end up with the identifying that Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabhaha. So only Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and rendering devotional service unto him is the process that is the ultimate objective of the human life in all times and places and circumstances. Likewise, he has been speaking. So starting from the Jnanam Paramaguhyam me yad vijnan samanvitam sa rahatyam tadangam cha gruhana garitam maya yavanaham yata bhavo yad drupa guna karmakaha tataiva tattva vijnanam astute mad anugrahat. So by my mercy, you will understand all the knowledge and all the secrets of all confidential knowledge, O Brahma. So it will be revealed in your heart. Madan by my anugrahat. And then aham eva sameva gre nanyad yad sad asat param pashadaham yedetacha yo avashisheta sosmyaham. Prithyardham yat pratyeta na pratyeta chatmani tad vidhyad atmanomayam yata bhaso yata tamaha. यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषु चावतेषु नु प्रविष्टानि अप्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु नत्वेष्वहम् एतवद्येव जिज्ञासं तत्त्वजिज्ञासनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकाभ्यं यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा. So likewise, the Lord has spoken the six slokas of the six slokas, starting from the two of the introductory slokas and four of the Chatushloki. So we have been discussing this Chatushloki Bhagavata for a week at least. Describing Prabhupada is describing in various angles and the fourth Chatushloki Bhagavata. So once again, to come to this point, we read a translation and continue the purport. So translation: a person who is searching after that supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, must certainly search for it up to this, in all circumstances, in all space and time, and both directly and indirectly. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So today is the last section of the purport. We'll complete. So can I request any volunteer devotees to read this purport, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I please read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
The final conclusion, therefore, is that the glories of the Lord must be always and everywhere proclaimed. One should hear about his glories, one should chant about his glories, and one should always remember his glories, because that is the highest perfection of life, perfectional stage of life. As far as fruitive work is concerned, it is limited to an end. As far as yoga is concerned, it is limited to the acquirement of mystic power. As far as empiric philosophy is concerned, it is limited to the attainment of transcendental knowledge. And as far as the transcendental knowledge is concerned, it is limited to the attainment of salvation. Even if they are adopted, there is every chance of discrepancies in discharging the particular type of functions. But adoption of the transcendental devotional service of the Lord has no limit, nor is there fear of falling down. The process automatically reaches the final stage by the grace of the Lord. In the preliminary stage of devotional service, there is an apparent requisite for knowledge. But in the higher stage, there is no necessity of such knowledge. The best and guaranteed path of progress is therefore engagement in Bhakti Yoga, pure devotional service. The cream of Srimad Bhagavatam in the foregoing four shlokas is sometimes squeezed out by the impersonalists for different interpretations in their favor, but it should be carefully noted that the four shlokas were first described by the personality of Godhead himself, and thus the impersonalist has no scope to enter into them because he has no conception of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, the impersonalist may squeeze out any interpretations from them, but such interpretations will never be accepted by those who are taught in the disciplic succession from Brahma, as will be cleared up in the following verses. Besides that, the Shruti confirms that the supreme truth, absolute personality of Godhead never reveals himself to anyone who is falsely proud of his academic knowledge. The Shruti mantra clearly says Katha Upanishad 1.2.23. Nayam Atma Pravachenena Labhyo Na Medhya Na Buddhi Na Bahuda Shutena Yam Evesha Vinute Tena Labhyas तस्य स आत्मा विवृणुते तनुम swam. The whole matter is explained by the Lord himself, and one who has no approach to the Lord in his personal feature can really understand the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam without being taught by the Bhagavatas in the disciplic succession. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you.
Okay, so here Prabhupada is concluding this purport for this verse. So in the previously, Sukadeva Goswami mentioned, Eta nirvidhyamananam ichitam akuto bhayam yoginam rupa nirnitam hare namanu kirtanam. So that's why for the renounced order of the life, people in the section that is the Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasashrama. So out of all these four orders, for the fourth order, Eta nirvidhyamananam ichitam akuto bhayam and yoginam rupa nirnitam hare namanu kirtanam. So it is decided by all the yogis that only glorifying the Hari, that is the ultimate thing. Hare namanu kirtanam. So again, Prabhupada brought some verses from the Padma Purana or Vishnu Purana. So previously that कृते यज्जायितो विष्णुं त्रेतायां यजितो मकैः द्वापरे परिचर्यायां खलु तद् हरिकीर्तन. In the Krita Yuga, it was the meditation. In Treta Yuga, sacrifices. In Dwapara Yuga, deity worship. And in the Kali Yuga, it is Hari Kirtana. So that is decided. Hare Namanu Kirtanam. Yoginam Rupa Nirnitam. Hare Namanu Kirtanam. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Raje. So this is the ultimate thing. So here in concluding that one, Prabhupada is just saying, therefore is that glories of the Lord must be always and everywhere proclaimed. One should hear about his glories, one should chant about his glories, and one should always remember his glories because that is the highest perfectional stage of life all the time. That would save one from all kinds of contaminations. Yat kirtanam, yat smaranam, yadikshanam, yad bandhanam, yad shravanam, yadarhanam, lokasya sadhyo vidhnosya kalmasham tasmai subhadrasravase namo namah. So Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning all, if we are glorifying his pastimes, and if we are remembering his pastimes and himself, and if we are seeing his form, beautiful form, and if we are offering obeisances, and if we are hearing about him, if we are worshipping about him, then immediately one will be completely purified. Lokasya sadhyo vidnoti kalmasham, very quickly. That's why it is in all stages of life, it is recommended in this age of Kali especially. As far as fruitive work, and here Prabhupada is mentioning the limitations of the various, so karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, like that. So every particular activity, it has got some limitations. So fruitive work is concerned, limited to enjoyable only to the body. As far as yoga is concerned, it is limited to the acquirement of mystic power. So these are all, if we have got so much of food, we cannot eat. We can eat very limit, though we wanted to eat. And then these are the limitations of the bodily enjoyment. Of course, there are many other senses, so there is a limit. And again, with concerning of yoga, once we get the Astasiddhis also, what do we do with that? Again, we did not know because of pondering. I wanted to show off to someone else. Someone may not be impressed with that one. Still, there is a limit for it. And with the empiric philosophy is concerned, it is limited to the attainment of transcendental knowledge. All these philosophers, they will come and conclude with the transcendental knowledge is the best. And then there is the limit for that one. And then when the transcendental knowledge is acquired, once he has got all the knowledge, then what it needs to be, it will bring up to the salvation point, free from the all materialistic activities and karma kanda. And then he will go back to Godhead. So it is the attainment of salvation, but that does not mean that he will attain the same position because he has not yet reached the Bhagavan. See, this is the Brahmeti, attainment of the salvation. This is the Brahmabhutaha Prasannatma until that point. And even if they are adopted, there is every chance of discrepancies in discharging the particular type of functions. So though as long as we are materially embodied, though one he is in the Brahmabhuta Prasannatma, then in order to make his body survive, he has to do something else, either begging or something else. So everything has got a particular, and again when he is trying to engage his body, there is some kind of false included within that one. So, and again, but adoption of that transcendental devotional service of the Lord has no limit, nor is there fear of falling down. So this is again the Lord says, Neha Vikramana Sosti Pratyavayu Navidhyate. Pratyavayu Navidhyate. There is no falling down, no fear of falling down. Swalpamupyas dharmasya Traite Mahto Bhayat. One will be protected from in all kinds of dangers. That is the devotional service, and it has no limit at all. Because if we see ourselves chanting of 16 rounds and following the regulative principle, going to the temple, rendering service, there are so many varieties of services. There is no limit at all. Even if we take deities in the home and then worshipping with bringing the flowers, offering different kinds of varieties of palatable dishes to the Lord, and early morning Mangalarchana to night, at least 9:30, 10 o'clock, keep on going, but still there is no limit. Again, there are 24 hours Sankirtan as well. Some devotees have introduced in the Vrindavan. So there is no limit for it. So the process automatically reaches the final stage by the grace of the Lord. This is Mad Anugrahat to Brahma. Lord is saying to Brahma. So Lord in the preliminary stage of devotional service, there is apparent requisite for the knowledge, but in the higher stage, there is no necessity of such knowledge. So the best and guaranteed path of progress is therefore engagement in the bhakti yoga, or pure devotional service. So this also why we are studying all these scriptures, so to bring one and engage oneself into devotional service. automatically. Raganuga Bhakti. Automatically, he will be engaged in the deity worship and the service to the Lord. That is the ultimate thing. He will never ever fall down. Until that point, this knowledge is required. And at the same time, once he is equipped with all the knowledge, then what is he is going to chant the names of the Lord, sing different kirtans and bhajans, and then relish, because that knowledge it will enable when he is glorifying the Lord that, oh, this is the pastime Lord has performed this way for the devotee's sake. Then in that way he will experience those ecstatic feelings, ecstasy, transcendental ecstasy. So that is the ultimate point. And then further, the cream of Srimad Bhagavatam in the foregoing four shlokas is sometimes squeezed out by the impersonalists for different interpretations in their favor. Of course, it is not possible for them, though they are saying that when the Lord is personally speaking, they cannot deny that the Lord is speaking here, because they are taking that verse and then trying to interpret something. It is practically impossible, but still if they do it, it is there always in their, they have to see the defeat in their explanations. It should be carefully noted that the four shlokas were first described by the personality of Godhead himself, and thus impersonalist has no scope to enter into them because he has no conception of the personality of Godhead. Okay, so this is when the Lord is behind the curtain and speaking, and impersonalist means he sees just only the curtain. He doesn't see the person who is speaking behind the curtain. But a devotee understands. He will go and remove the curtain and see, here, oh Lord, here you are. That is the intelligent person. It is the Bhagavata. Therefore, the impersonalist may squeeze out any interpretations from them, but such interpretations will never be accepted by those who are taught in disciplic section from Brahma. So that's why we have to take all the knowledge from the Brahma down to Srila Prabhupada and coming down from the disciplic succession. As will be cleared up in the following verses. Besides that, Shruti also confirms that the supreme truth, absolute personality of Godhead never reveals himself to anyone who is falsely proud of his academic knowledge. So in the Katha Upanishad, it says 1 to 23. So this is na ayam atma pravachanena labhyo na medhaya na bahuda shrutena. So this is na ayam atma pravachanena. So by pravachanena labhyo, by speaking, he will not be labhyo. Labhya means he will not be attained. Na medhaya, not by any intelligence. Na bahuda shrutena, by all that any knowledge, whatever he has acquired, na shrutena, Vedic knowledge. Yame vaisha vrunute tena labhyah. Yam yeshaiva vrunute tena labhyah. And many other things also. Yam yevaisha vrunute tena. And he will not be attained. And tasyaiva atma vivrunite tanam swam. So likewise, Prabhupada is explaining here. By who is falsely proud of his academic knowledge, he will not be able to understand the supreme personality of Godhead. This Lord conceals himself from the foolish people. Naham prakash sarvasya yogamaya samavrutaha mudohyam navijanati loko mam ajam avem. So likewise, the Lord also says, mudoyam na abhijanati, I will not be revealed to the mudas. And then whole matter is explained by the Lord himself, and one has no approach to the Lord in his personal feature can rarely understand the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam without being taught by Bhagavatas in the disciplic succession. Okay, so with this one, so we have completed this purports of the Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So one has to hear from the disciplic succession coming down. So we have been hearing from the Srila Prabhupada's purports. Okay, so with that one, okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Etavadyev jijñāsam tattva jijñāsanatmanaha anvaya vaitirikābhyam yat syat sarvatra sarvada. So that is the ultimate point. If one is engaged in the devotional service in some way or other throughout the 24 hours, then he is in perfect situation. That is the ultimate thing. He would say the Lord face to face. Sevonmukhe jihvado swayameva spurtyadaha. The Lord will reveal to that devotee by himself. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we shall move to the Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is a letter to Bhagavan, June 5th, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request Gauringi Mataji to read this small letter, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My dear Bhagavan Das, please accept my blessing. I beg to thank you for your letter dated 2nd June 1970. Gargamuni has said that he has received a check for $100. If you think that the marriage ceremony of Rudra Das should take place, I have nothing to say on this decision. So for opening of a branch in Chicago, this is a very encouraging proposal. But I think before opening a center, we must be confident that thing will go on nicely. Chicago is a very important place, and we need a strong man to manage affairs there. So I think if you personality can stay there for some time to arrange things, it will be very nice. Best thing will be to consular uh, Rupanuga, and whatever you do by um, mortal arrangement, that is accepted by me. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever will wisher, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Can you take your points, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Here, this letter saying, Prabhupada saying, Bhagwan Das, uh, um, they are opening in branch of Chicago. There is, Prabhupada said, you have to confident to do everything nicely, and there is a very important thing is manage to temple. Then he said personally you Prabhupada said for Bhagavan Das, you go and you stay there sometimes and do arrange nicely. Then Prabhupada blessing to them. He accept they are going to nicely. Prabhupada said that, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely explained. Any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this? Okay, so here again on the mutual agreement. So it needs to be, first of all, we must be confident that we have got enough men, and then the process will go perfectly. So this is everything is engagement in the service of the Lord, as we have seen. So this is giving an opportunity for the many people and many devotees, many conditioned souls. They'll be freed from the materialistic activities and engage themselves in the devotional service. That does not mean they stop their job and completely, but of course that may be in the later stage when they got retired. But until then, when they are working also, they do not need to leave their working places. They stay where they are and still they're in their devotional service. That is what Krishna recommends in the Bhagavad Gita. situate in your own constitutional position and always think of me. And whatever you do, you offer it all your activities onto me, thinking that I am the proprietor of everything. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasya. Okay, so that is my takeaway from here. And so here Prabhupada wanted to hear this encouraging news in all times and places and circumstances. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, I think so. This Narsimha Chaturdasi, which is coming in the May 2025, we have committed to service to the Mayapur for 500 pounds to service, and also some service in the Bhaktivedanta Manar. Saurabh Prabhuji was mentioning that still Narsimha, that Abhisheka is still available, that service is still available in that Manar temple also. And Go Seva also, we have committed for Go Seva as well. So just contemplating on that. And then during this period itself, the Zoom subscription is also going to be expired in the February during that time. So just pondering and contemplating on the commitment of the services to the Lord. It is coming 500 for my Mayapur, and then 250 for Goshala, again for Zoom subscription 150, something like that. And then Nasimha Abhisheka again in the Mana temple. If we take that one also, as we have thought, but we did not decide what to contribute in the Manar. But this exclusive service, maybe we could take that one. But in the Mayapur, it may be requiring for around more than 4,000 pounds. It may be too much for us. So that's why just we go with only 500 for the Mayapur, and then just taking as part, not fully as part of it. But in the Bhaktivedanta Mana temple, maybe we can take the entire service for ourselves. This is what I have been pondering, but I wanted to hear from the devotees. So I think totally it may contributions may require 1,400 pounds, something like that, for the Zoom and Mayapur and Bhaktivedanta Manar for the Goshala, all these things combined together. Of course, we have got 5 months, around 5 months to raise these contributions. So I request dear devotees, if you have got any comments or you wanted to share any updates, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no comments, I'll be sharing, but Usha Mataji.
No, it's just I'm saying that we have to collect fund for first for the Zoom, otherwise it might expire. So first priority first Zoom, and then we collect for the Mayapur, right?
Yes, Mataji. So altogether it comes around 1,400 pounds.
Yeah. So first we collect the fund for Zoom, and then we start collecting.
Krishna Prabhu, I think what Mataji is saying, I agree with her as well. So we should break it down. We should take one at a time, Prabhu.
Yes,
First is coming the Zoom. So let's do the Zoom first, finish it. Then we put the next.
yes, sure, Prabhuji. So Zoom it is 150 pounds. So
Yes, Prabhu. Just put the account, then we collect it, then we do the next one, like that. I mean, that's my idea, Prabhu. I don't know. You suggest something else.
Then if it's more in the Zoom, then you can save it for the Mayapur. But if we collect for, because what is the requirement in the Zoom? If you collect more, then you save it for the Mayapur, right, Prabhu? And then you can, obviously, you can give that more for the Mayapur. But first you collect for the Zoom, because the Zoom is going to be expired, so you can.
yes, and for the Zoom, it is we do not have any rush. But the thing is, in the Bhaktivedanta Narasimha Abhishekam, it may be. I think we wanted to have our devotees to contribute for that one also, because we are not able to do complete contribution for Mayapur. It is too much. So that's why here, Bhaktivedanta Manor also, we can take some exclusively for our Sangha. That is what I have been thinking. And raising the contributions is required immediately. But Zoom, it can wait even last one day before also, it can wait. But here we need to book the slot.
Okay, so how much is in the money for that Abhishek is?
I think that 500 pounds, something like that, Saurav Prabhuji mentioned.
Okay.
Are you sure, Prabhu? Manor 500 pound.
I think
Because last time, as far we remember, last time we did something around 2,000 pound.
for the Narasimha Chaturdashi, Abhishek.
No, not the Abhishek. I think we did the outfit of the.
Not outfit, Prabhu. This is just only Abhishek.
Okay, we need to find out proper data. Like we can ask, it's not a problem. Abhishek should not be. Yeah, Abhishek should be there. Abhishek should be within. Yeah, need to find out. Prabhu.
Would you like to have a word with Saurav Prabhuji? Prabhuji?
Yes, I can do that, or I can directly talk to temple as well.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, any other comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, I appreciate you will mention everything. I can do Prabhuji all of Sangha.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the support and the inputs. Okay, so I'll be sharing those bank details today to raise the contributions, and then we'll see those events how they will go. So Lord will always, it is a Lord service, it will never ever be stopped, it will go ahead, but whether we take part it or not, that is our choice. Okay, thank you so much. I'll send communications today at some time. Okay, so dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on events or on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Okay, so we shall conclude. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.